Morning, all of you. Hope you are doing well and all are fit and fine at home. So, we have done in the first part of the chapter from the diary of Anne Frank that Anne Frank has told and explained about her family, friends, and people around her. Now, we'll do the second part, and here we start. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. So she says, Grandma died in January 1942, and she also says that nobody would know how much she loved her grandmother. It happens in our life also that we also love our grandmother so much. And the birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. So in 1942, her birthday celebration was there, and one candle was lit for her grandmother also. The four of us are still doing well. Four of us, Anne Frank, her sister, her mother, and father. And that brings me to the present date of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So she said, this is the day when I got my diary, and it was my birthday of 1942. So please underline these words in your book and write down their meaning also. Intended means planned, solemn means deep sincerity, and dedication means commitment. So we'll move to the next. Now here is the page of diary which Anne Frank has written. It is Saturday 20th June 1942. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quacking in its boots. So she says, our entire class, whole class was quacking in its boots. Quacking in its boots means it can be shake or tremble also, and maybe because of the nervousness, because of the stress. Whole class was stressed and nervous because the result was going to be announced. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. So would be the day of result, when the teacher will announce who will be passed, who will be promoted, and who will stay back. Half the class is making bets. Making bets, you also do sometime, making bets with your friend. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. Would be her friend, and she said two boys were sitting behind us, so we were laughing. CN and Jacques, who have staked their entire holiday saving on their bet. From morning till night, it's you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. So two of the boys, they were betting with each other. They were saying, you will be passed, I will not. The discussion was going on. She said, I showed them my angry face also, but they did not stop it. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. So she said, there are so many people, those who are like dummy. Because you must have seen in your class also, few people, they do not respond to anything. They sit like dummies in the class. And she said there are many, so they should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creature on the earth. Obviously, you would be also thinking the same many a times in your class. Teachers are most unpredictable creature on the earth. It means not able to be predict. They can do anything anytime. So she said, I can't say anything. Anything may happen in the result. I don't know. So these are the word meaning you should underline in your book. Quacking means shake or tremble, always shouting, shaking. Pleading, to make an emotional appeal, request. Outburst, a sudden release of strong emotion. Dummy is an object designed to resemble and serve substitute for the real usual one. You must have seen in front of the shops of clothes shops, dummies are kept. Unpredictable, not able to be predicted. State bet. Glances means take a brief or hurried look. These are very easy word meaning. You may know it already. So please underline in your book and write down the meaning. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. She said, I'm not worried about my friends because they all would be good in studies. So that's no problem. We'll be passed. This is in page number 52. Please check in your book. The only object I'm not sure about is maths. She said, my friend and me, we will do it. No problem. We'll get good marks. But the problem is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. She said, we can't do anything. We have to wait. and then we'll check our results. So we should not lose our heart. Not to lose our heart means not to be discouraged. No problem. We'll get the result very soon. We should not be demotivated or discouraged. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. So who is saying this? Anne Frank is saying this. I am very good with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old fogey who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. Old fogey means old fashioned person. So she's telling about her maths teacher whose name is Mr. Keesing. So she said he is always annoyed with me because I talk too much. And that is the girl's habit, to talk too much. There are many girls in your class also, those who continuously talk. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework. And so many times the teacher, math teacher, must have given her homework also, warning also many times. And then then the teacher gave her an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. So he must have given her so many warnings not to speak, but she could not help it, and she continuously used to speak in the class. So that sir gave her to write an essay, a chatterbox. Who is chatterbox who talks so much? What can you write about that? I had worry about that letter. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. Now she was thinking what to write in this topic. She said, I did not do anything. I just noted down and kept my notebook inside my bag. Old foggy means an old-fashioned person, annoyed, slightly angry. Chatterbox, talkative. Jotted down means noted down or write quickly. So please underline these words in your book with their meaning. Okay. After I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. She said that evening when Sir has given her homework, after completing all the work, I saw that essay. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Generally, every student does that, keeping the fountain pen in their mouth. Anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words. Ramble on means to talk or write at length in the confused or unconsequential ways. Means just write it big and leave the space so much and complete it. But the trick was to come up with convincing argument to prove the necessity of talking. But I cannot write like this without thinking or anything, because I have to tell and I have to explain and convince my teacher the importance of talking. I thought and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. She said, after that I thought and I completed the essay, and sir was also satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control, but that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit since my mother talked as much as I did, if not more, and that there is not much you can do about inherited traits. So, what she wrote in the essay, she wrote that talking is a student's trait. Trait means quality. Every student talks. It's not only me. Every student talks, and I cannot control it. I am trying to do best to control it, but I cannot. And the reason is because my mother is also very talkative, and this is my inherited trait. Inherited trait means the qualities which we get from our parents. So she says it is my inherited trait, so I cannot help it. This is with all the people, all the students especially. They keep on talking and talking, and she said the student talk, and I can't help it. I try to control, but I can't do. So many times it must be happening with you also in the class. Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my argument, but when I proceeded to talk through the second lesson, he assigned me a second essay. This time it was supposed to be an incorrigible chatterbox. She said I could not stop talking. And second time, he gave me the topic of essay, an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means which cannot be changed. I handed it in, and Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons. I gave the essay, and for next 2 lesson he did not say anything. However, during the 3rd lesson, I had finally had enough, and Frank, as punishment for talking in class, read an essay entitled "Quack Quack Quack," said Mistress Chatterbox. Now she could not control her talking. Continuously she must be talking after that also. The sir got angry and again he gave her to write essay. Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox, an incorrigible chatterbox who cannot be changed. The class roared. I had to laugh too, though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity on the topic of chatterbox. Means she said all the original thoughts, ingenuity means genuine thoughts, I have written in my essay. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend Sen, who is good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from beginning to end in the verse, and I jumped for joy. She said I wanted to write the essay, but ideas were not coming because already I had written everything in those essays earlier which she gave me. Now one of my friend Sen, he said, I will help you. Why don't you write the essay in verse? Verse means poetry. So she felt very happy to hear this. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with his ridiculous subject, but I would make sure the joke was on him. He said he was Mr. Keesing, maths teacher. He was playing joke on me. He was giving me such a topic to write essay in which we cannot write. But I am going to make joke on him. So I am going to write the essay. Please underline the word meanings in your book, and write down the meaning. I finished my poem and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with 3 baby ducklings who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked so much. So she wrote the story about duck and father swan. He killed his baby duckling because they used to quack so much. Luckily, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. He read the poem to the class, adding his own comments and several other classes as well. So sir liked it very much and he was very happy to see the essay. Even he talked about the essay and shown it to other classes also. Since then, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. On the contrary, Mr. Keesing always making jokes these days. And she said that day when I gave this essay, he was very happy. He was discussing with other classes also. And after that day, he never stopped me talking in the class. And he never gave me extra homework also. And on the contrary means opposite to that, what was happening? He was also making jokes in the class. The teacher was also happy in the class. So this is the chapter from the diary of Anne Frank. Hope you must have understood. If you have not understood, if you have any confusion, any problem, please let me know. You can contact me anytime. So that's all for today. Have a good day. Stay home. Stay safe.